Hello and welcome back to the final episode of Crop Block with Lady Random.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm saying the final episode because we're on the last quest in the quest book. Which let me grab my quest book here, which of course is the Creative Vending Upgrade.
Yeah.
First of all, before I say too much about this, I want to kind of show LR around since she's been gone for the last couple of weeks. Couple of things that I've worked on to try to get this last quest going. So, if we come over here, I set up a tree farm.
Oh, cool. And that was using the embers
The forestry, yeah.
thing.
And I just used the embers thing here because there was extra saplings kept dropping. But we needed wild berries, or not wild berries, iron berries, which are supposed to drop from the 6 normal tree saplings. I've got limewood in here now just because. But I tried all 6 of them, and not one dropped wild bear or iron
Wow.
berries. Not a one.
That's nuts.
And then if we looked at the recipe as well, let me come back in here. And it's for the ultimate stew, which we needed for the Infinity Catalyst. We come up to the extreme crafting one. You see in the center it says wild berries.
Yep.
And then bottom left there's iron berries. Well, iron berries, if you click on that, you see there's a farming forestry. And that shows that it should drop using the arboretum.
Yep.
And it never dropped. If we go back to the ultimate stew for the wild berries, there's nothing. There's no way to get them. So we're never going to be able to complete that quest.
That's crazy. That's such a shame as well.
Yeah. But a few other things that we needed to complete this creative vending upgrade. If we look at that, we see we have the magic hand mirror from Thaumcraft. Okay, I kind of set up a little bit of a Thaumcraft area over here. So I've got the cauldron or crucible.
Crucible, yeah.
I've got the table and
Yeah, I've got the arcane workbench and everything, yeah.
And this thing here, I got a set of the clothing. And I've been kind of working at it, but Thaumcraft 6 is very different from Thaumcraft 4 that we were playing in Regrowth.
Yeah, and I struggle with Thorncraft 4.
Yeah, so I mean, in order to get there, I'd have to open up the whole line with the arcane infusion, which I haven't gotten to yet because you need that in order to craft the magic mirror.
Yeah,
and we need to make 4 of them.
And the flux is awful in this one, isn't it, as well, in Thorncraft 6, because you end up opening the rifts and God knows what else. And
yeah, thankfully I didn't do any of that. I mean, I did get a few different things in here in the bottom chest. You see we got a bunch of different crystals and whatnot.
Oh, cool.
I did do the Nitor and the whatnot there. So it just would take a lot to do to get to those magic mirrors.
Yeah, wow.
Okay. Then over here, you'll notice these 2 lovely things.
Ooh, these are rather
and you're gonna
sizable.
have to, you're gonna have to build these in regrowth because we needed to get to lithium, which I've got some lithium dust in here.
Oh, cool.
Now, the regrowth one, you're not going to have the solar panels on the top. Instead, you're going to have some other device that's going to hook up to the side of it to heat the tanks up. But anyway, so I've got a water pool that comes into this tank here, and this tank takes the water and converts it into brine.
Okay.
So, and then it pumps the brine into this tank over here, and this tank converts the brine into liquid lithium.
Okay.
And then you pump that out into a rotary condensator into decondentrate mode. I've got it turned off right now, but that takes a liquid lithium, turns it into lithium, and then you pump that into a chemical crystallizer to make the lithium dust.
Okay, so it's a bit like kind of thinking back to my chemistry lab days. It's like the evaporation when you used to take salt water and make it into sodium, wasn't it?
Yeah, something
By
like
kind of evaporating stuff and
absolutely.
yeah.
So that's that. And you're gonna need that for regrowth at some point because you're gonna have to build the what is it, induction cell, I
Right.
think is what it's called. But if we look at our recipe in here for the Creative Vending Upgrade, we have the ultimate induction cells. And it's such a rabbit hole. You go all the way back to the very first one, basic energy cube, and we need hundreds upon hundreds of these energy cubes just to get the 4 induction cells that we're going to need to complete that
Wow.
quest.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Wow.
And then over here, I've got it turned off now, but I made a inhibitor and I raised the roof of this a bit because I changed out the spawner in there, first of all, to an Enderman spawner so that I could get the Enderman souls that we needed for the soul vials. And right now it's set up as a shulker spawner.
Oh.
So that I could get the shulker souls. The problem is this thing doesn't really kill the shulkers that well. They get to a point on the wall where they can stay there, and this thing just doesn't kill them.
Right. Okay.
Right. So it was kind of a pain, but I got what we needed for that. We got a few shulker shells in here. We've got some Enderman heads and infinity booster cards. So
Ooh.
nothing big. So that's all that stuff. Let's see. Let's come downstairs. All right, over here I've set up the empowerer because I needed that for a couple of things. It's nothing big.
Yeah. I'll do one of these in Sky Factory 3, I think it was.
Yeah. And then I set up a couple of things over here in Ember. We got the beam cannon, the different thingamabobs that go on top of the plinths here that you use for creating things using Ember's power. Because we'd need that to make what's in here, the signets of antimony, which is a stamping recipe with ember shards, and molten antimony, which is molten lead and molten sugar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of a pain in the neck thing. I just never got that far with it. Then I've been working on all the different singularities. So if we look in this end crate here, I've got 7 of the 10 completed. Almost done with the 8th up here in the top corner.
goodness, you need all of those.
Yeah,
Just
in
to
order
do.
to make the infinity catalyst,
Wow.
because you need to make the eternal singularity, which is like these 10 different singularities combined together to make that. But I've got everything else to make the infinity catalyst, because I cheated in the berries for the ultimate stew. So, but everything else we were able to make without any issues. So then just normal stuff here. These are the gardens that are growing the things, and I just never completed it.
So much to
And
grow, wasn't there, as well?
yeah. I mean, I don't mind the growing stuff. It's just it got to a point where it's like, this is too much. Hang on, I'm gonna turn off this rain. So I'm thinking we just cheat in the last things that we need.
It's probably not a bad idea, is it? I think, we've explored stuff as much as we possibly can within reason.
Right. Because we're looking at, again, let's go back to this the Creative Vending Upgrade. The ultimate induction cell is going to just take so much stuff to make that. The storage disks, the ME and the storage reborn storage disks. I was looking into this, the storage cells. This one here, this 16,384K storage cell. If we go all the way back, because in order to make that, you gotta make for the 4096 and for the 1024 to make one of the 4096 and for, or so on and so forth, all the way back to the 1K.
Yeah,
It
that's...
it came out to be something like 6,000 of the 1K ME storage components
Wow.
just to make one
I mean, you could
of the
spend
two that we.
a week just trying to sort
Yeah,
of get...
we need two of those. I didn't even look at the storage disks, but I'm sure for the storage reborn, I'm sure it's something similar. It just, there's so much that's there, but everything, and pellets of RTG. If we look at that, that would require us getting plutonium, and the only way to get that is to create nuclear reactors for industrial craft.
Yeah.
And these are the only 3 devices from industrial craft that we ever use. Do we need a nuclear reactor for these 3 devices?
No, we
Well, technically
absolutely
2, because
don't.
one's the furnace.
It does seem there's an awful lot of unnecessary steps.
Right, for things that...
Yeah, it doesn't seem to sort of flow, does it, with the
No,
costing?
not at all. Anyways, that's pretty much everything. I think I put this top chest was my beginnings of those induction thing. Now, okay, but everything else that I've done so far is in here. We've got the lutecrite ingots, which are easy. Those were just you take the plutonium or cyanite, and that turns it into plutonium, and that turns it into lutecrite. No big deal. Logic directors were easy. Insanium essence took a little while, but we had enough. AF wire coils are easy. Storage upgrades are easy.
Yeah.
Large storage crates are easy. Ender casings. Quantum chest took a while, because you remember that quest when we had to go through that.
Wow, yeah.
But we had everything.
Grains
Grains of the End. Yeah, those are easy. Grains of the End took the shulkers souls that we had to do, and then Grains of Prescience was made with the Enderman souls.
Yep.
Shifting stars were dirt easy with the astral sorcery. Oh no, let me show you that real quick. While we're at it.
Ooh.
Nothing big, but over here we got a little bit of the prosperity ore.
So this is the stuff that we generated from...
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what you had to do in order to get this is if you grab your Vassal Sorcery Tome and you go into perks, scroll out, and then it's in the near the bottom left. There's one called Stone Enrichment. And you have to work through this path and get the points that you needed, your perk points, in order to open it up to finally get to Stone Enrichment.
Right.
And once you had that, then you could just put down some stone, stand next to it, and it would turn into this prosperity ore.
Okay. That's cool.
And the only way you could earn the levels to get to the perks was you had to build things. So what I did was I just like grabbed a bunch of dirt, and then I oh
What?
You're buzzing.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah. Anyways, I'd put down a layer of dirt and then use the builder's wand and just build it up and then tear it down, build it up, tear it down, and that would give me the points I needed. So it's just a lazy way of doing it.
No, but it works
So,
though.
yeah, in order to get that far so that we could do that. But that's the prosperity ore. Anyways, let's grab what we got, come down here, and let's see if we can pull this together and cheat in the last items that we need. I'll grab the items from downstairs if you want to stand over here by the table, and we'll put that in there and see what we got.
Ow.
Oop. All right. All right. So, Infinity Catalyst. Oh, did I grab everything for that? I probably didn't. Let me see. Where did I put all that stuff at? Up, down here. All right. All right. So what we're missing for the Infinity Catalyst is the Eternal Singularity. Now I've done almost everything for that one, so I don't feel too bad about this. Let me come in here. I'm going to go into JEI config, change it to cheat mode to true, and hit done. And what was the name of that thing we were making? I don't want to take the Infinity Catalyst there. Just want to see the recipe, and it's giving them to me.
It should be. Let me go back into. So it is the Eternal Singularity.
Eternal Singularity. All right. Eternal Singularity. Okay, let me turn cheat mode off. All right, so come in here. Can we shift click it into there we go. I just shifted, clicked it in. The only thing we're missing was Eternal Singularity. Boom, we got that.
Awesome.
Turn off the rain again.
No.
Okay, so Creative Vending Upgrade. Let me just see what goes in the center. Let me go grab the other stuff. We dump this junk in here. All right. All right. Brings the end. I wish you would just shift click in items that you do have.
Yeah, and then you could kind of fill the gaps in then, couldn't you? Which would be so
Yeah.
much easier.
Gaia Spirit ingots. Did I grab those? No, we've got them because we cheated those in because we couldn't do that either.
Yeah, yeah. Did you want me to sort of read out to you line by line the recipe? That help?
Yeah, hang on. I might. Yeah, let me see. Gaia Spirits. I think that's correct there. Yep. Okay. So Gaia Spirit, and then I think it's Ludicrite.
It's Ludicrite, yep. Next to each of those.
Okay.
And then in the top row, it's Ultimate Induction Coil next to the Ludicrite.
Alright, I don't have those, so.
And then in the middle of that, and this is on the top row and the bottom row, it's the ME 16,384K storage cell.
Okay, I don't have those either.
Okay, and then if you're going down the left and the right hand side, below the Ludicrite, you'll have your resident energy cells.
Resonant energy cells.
Yeah. Okay. And in between, then it's the 16384 storage discs.
Okay, which we don't have either.
Okay. So below where the storage cell would be, you've got the signet of antimony.
Don't have those.
Okay. Below that is the logic directors.
Logic directors, so.
And that is top and bottom and left and right. Yeah.
Okay.
Next to that, so on the north, south, east and west of the Infinity Catalyst, you'll have your Storage Upgrade 5.
Okay. Got those.
And then to fill in that to make it a 3x3, that's where your Insanium Essence goes in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, in between where your Gaia Spirit ingots are, you'll have your Ender casing.
Ender casings. All right.
Okay, to the left and right of the Ender casings, sort of going towards the middle, you'll then have your fusion coils.
Fusion coils, I don't have those.
No. And then it'll be the large storage crates, which will be next to where the signet of antimony would be. Yep, looking good.